Hi everyone, this is Angelica. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do when bad things happen. So, bad things happen. That's just a part of life. But what I want to go over in this video is one, why they occur. Why do bad things occur when it seems like you're doing everything right? And secondly, what to do when bad things are happening, how to handle these things so that you don't take yourself too far off track to where you're wanting to go. But when something bad occurs in our lives, it can really shake us. It can shake us to our core to the point where we can get overwhelmed with emotions, or we can get really depressed, or we can get overtaken with anxiety. There's a lot of different things that can happen, and that's why I really want to talk about this, so that if you're struggling with something that's happened that you weren't expecting, or it may be seemingly bad, I want to comfort you and I want you to feel okay about why it's happening. So, our souls are pushing us to move ahead into our greatest selves, into our true potential. And in that pull from our soul to be all that we can be, things will occur that will shake the foundation that we've previously lived on, that we've built. You know, maybe we've gotten into a comfort zone where things have just been a little bit too comfortable. And what will happen is our souls push, if we're not like listening, or if we're not able to step outside our comfort zone by ourselves, will make things happen and we'll start moving things in our lives. And these things can come as quite a shock. So, bad things happen. Say it's an illness, say it's a car accident, say something happens with one of your family members, one of your children, you know, things that you can't, that are seemingly out of control. And they just come in and you don't know what to do. You don't know how to handle it. I want to tell you how to handle those things so that you can get through them and feel okay and be able to move on with your life with the understanding that everything is just fine, that everything is happening for a reason, and that is a real true statement. I mean, we always hear everything happens for a reason, but sometimes it's hard for us to really integrate that within our energy body so that we feel that way. But that's necessary. It's a necessary state for us to really bring that in and really know that everything is happening for our best interest, for our greatest soul's growth. The reason being is that we can prolong that state of not feeling okay if we don't handle challenging situations in life correctly. So let me just start by giving you an example. When I first started this path, or even before then, most of my life, before I really came into my body and I really started handling situations differently, I would have a lot of bad things happen, or what would appear to be bad things happening. It just seemed like no matter what, I always had like challenges, but I was like doing everything right. I was a kind and loving person. I always put other people's interests first. I always tried so hard to make people happy. So when bad things would happen all the time, I would get so upset and I would say, why? This is not fair. God doesn't love me. I'm, I'm cursed, or, um, what can I do differently? It feels like I'm trying so hard and like nothing's happening. Well, things were happening, bad things. Well, not all bad things, but for my certain personality to really learn, and I'm not stubborn, but what I am is I'm a freedom lover. And so if anybody tells me to do anything, I do the opposite of that. And sometimes I think I know it all and I don't. Um, and there's a lot of other personality traits that I've had in the past that had I not gone through those struggles and those obstacles in my life, I wouldn't have learned grace. I wouldn't have learned patience. Having 3 children, that helped with my patience. I wouldn't have learned anything really. I would have just been, you know, just doing the same things in the same way that I had always done them. And I was always a good person and a kind person, a loving person. I always put people first. However, I was kind of wild in a certain sense. Now that I think about it, sometimes I would jump into situations without thinking. I'm just extremely spontaneous. Like, boom, I got an idea. Let's do it. Move into it. And, that's a normal trait for someone with 5 planets in Sagittarius, I'm sure. They're kind of impulsive and stuff. But I needed to really cultivate patience. And I needed to really cultivate peace in the now moment and not jumping to conclusions. See, so that jumping and that spontaneous, let's do this and move into this, or, all those things was also harmful in the fact that I would oftentimes react or jump to conclusions without first sitting with it, feeling how this situation is and then moving forward. So the challenge is every single step of the way, every single challenge or bad thing that's happened in my life has actually been something to cultivate within my personality and within my soul and within the journey of me merging my soul and my body together into a whole. And I'm nowhere near there yet, and I think that along our life's journey and path, these bad things occur to bring us more into who we are. And that is just such the truth. This is the truth. And the more we fight it, the more we say, why is this happening to me? The more we're in victim mentality about the bad things that happen, the longer it's going to take to learn the lesson, and the longer the bad thing is going to continue to occur. So now how do I handle situations? A lot more calmly. I think about them. When I get an intuition, I move on it because that's just how I am. I really, really trust my own inner knowing and my own intuition. So boom, if I get a thought, boom, I move on it. But sometimes, even when I should be moving, I want to stay in the comfort zone. And this is the trouble with people. They don't listen to their intuition. They don't listen to their soul's calling. And they stay in what's comfortable for them, even if it's miserable, And I've never been like that. I'm like, if this is miserable, I'm out of here. I'm moving forward. So I've had to more cultivate I'm going to stay even when things do get difficult, Maybe I'll just sit this out a little longer and see what happens and kind of get more of both sides. So for everybody, it's a different thing. However, if you're stuck somewhere and you've been staying in the same situation for a long time, you can best believe that the universe, especially if you have your heart calling for bigger and better things, you can best believe that something's going to occur in your life that's going to appear bad. Okay? And it's going to appear bad at first, but it's going to be your greatest blessing. And no matter what it is. Because this life is all loving and all beautiful and always leading us to our greatness. So how could the bad thing actually really be bad? It's not. So if you have anything bad or troubling or traumatic happen to you, like recently or ever will in the future, learn how to stay in your inner peace, stay in your integrity, stay in your truth, know what's true for you, know what it is that your heart's trying to bring in. Stay true to that, because the outer reality, as you make the new goal, as you decide you're going to bring new things into your life, it'll crumble. Your life will crumble. And difficult, challenging circumstances will come in, and it'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm not moving towards my goal. Look at everything bad that's happening. No, that's not what's happening. What's happening is your life is restructuring. The foundation of your life is moving so that you can build anew from what you are expressing now energetically in your frequency, like everything that you want to bring in. So that's why things tend to get a little bit worse before they get better. Or say you're in a really comfortable situation and you've been doing the same thing for 10 years, 15 years, whatever, and your heart's calling you to something else. Well, something's going to come out of the blue and is going to happen to make you move anyway, whether you want to or not at that moment. But after all is said and done, and you actually move on whatever happens and whatever the change in circumstances is, you will see like, wow, I am so blessed that this happened. It's amazing. It's beautiful and it's amazing. So handle every challenge, every complex situation in your life with joy, and know that this bad thing is happening because your dreams are coming true. And once you start to really get that and make that a habit, watch how things change for you. Watch how the most beautiful, magical, wonderful things happen in your life. Because the more you do that, the more you see everything as a blessing. The more gratitude you have for living. The more good things come into your life, and the less of these challenging bad things happen, because you are looking at everything through the eyes of someone who's positive and who feels blessed in no matter what circumstance they have. And people can be in really bad circumstances and keep a really positive mind frame, and they will move out of those bad circumstances way more quickly than someone who stresses about it, wonders why it happened. It's okay to feel the pain of it, yes. We don't want to just act like nothing's going on. Give it its time, give it a couple days, feel it, and then say, you know what? This is happening because I know that my dreams are coming true. I love Walt Disney. I love magical dreams. And I'm a Sagittarius like Walt Disney. Walt Disney made Disney World, Life can be magical. It really can. It's true. It's not just some idealistic, thinking. It's true. We can be happy all the time. And it's part of my mission to do it myself and then to teach it to you guys so that we can live in happiness on the planet. Because really, more than anything, it's a shift of consciousness. It's a shift in our thinking. And that's all it is. And it's all love. So if bad things are happening in your life, welcome them, bless them. Say, you know what? This is leading me to where I want to go. And I can't wait to see all the wonderful things that are going to happen next. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.